Hello again! In the last course, we focused on individuals and interactions by filling out the sections of our board that help set our team up for success. Things like the roster, the team charter, the working agreements, and the high-level details that help us know where we're headed, like the roadmap and important links to program and company OKRs. In this course, we're going to dig deeper to plan out the tasks and projects that are ultimately going to help us accomplish our goals. And we're going to use our team boards to do that. For the best experience, you'll want to have your Backlog Refinement template open in one tab and your team space open in another. So again, in this course, we are focusing on visualizing projects and tasks for better team alignment, planning effectively to keep your goals in sight, and then adapting flexibly as our projects evolve. So let's first start with visualizing projects and tasks for better team alignment. To do this, we'll go to our Backlog Refinement template. The first thing we'll see here is our agenda. And you can see there are a variety of buttons here to help make things even more efficient on our board, such as you can see that I'm using the laser pointer. So if I want to use my laser pointer to call attention to something on the board, I can just click that button and click it again to turn it off. If I want to start a timer to keep us on track to accomplish our backlog refinement within a specific amount of time, I can start the timer by just clicking the button right there. You can also see on our agenda here, we have links to the direct frames that are on this template. So we can click Go to Roadmap and it will take us right there. We can select Go to Primary Initiative and again, it will take us directly to that frame. These just help your team members that maybe are less familiar with Lucid, or if you want to just quickly jump to a place in the board, that's what this helps you to do. So the way that you can add additional buttons and quick links to your board is by selecting more tools. So if you go to Quick Tools, which is the formal name for what this feature is called, you can see a big long list of all the quick tools that you can add to the board. So you'll see different sticky note banks and sticker banks. You likely saw those in the last course. In this course, we'll be using story points, and you can add any of the buttons that you need, any of the quick tools that you need to the board. All right, so fill those out as you need. Pretty explanatory here. We're just going to copy and paste our roadmap from our main board here just to make sure the team has a solid visual as they're going through backlog refinement. And then we'll move here to our primary initiative. So as you can see, you can import existing Jira issues. If you have those, you can start a timer to keep your team on track. And you're going to want to start by establishing your initiative goals. So for example, we are the Healthcare Coders, an agile software development team working on an app for a healthcare company. And we want to first work on the patient login page. So we're going to just detail out the different goals that we have for this specific initiative. So we maybe have the high level initiative, but we need to kind of break it down a little bit more to make sure we're all talking about the same thing with mutual understanding. Now, throughout this course and the duration of all of these courses, you'll hear words like initiative and program level and iteration. All of those things are to indicate an increment of time. So whether your team practices Agile Scrum or a different type of Agile, you have the specific vocabulary that you use to indicate in increments of time. So for our purposes here, we're going to use the word initiative to represent what would be a high-level parent task or project, and then we'll use child tasks or subtasks and things like that to indicate how those larger projects break down into smaller units of work. All right, so I'm actually going to do a bit of cooking show magic again and show you a finished version of this board. So we have our roadmap copied from our team space. I've brought in here the Jira story that's related to this initiative. So we've detailed out some goals here and we have the task pulled in. Again, I use just this import Jira issues feature right here to pull it into my board, and everything now that I edit here will be reflected in my Jira backlog as well. Now we can move on to the purpose of backlog refinement, which is to identify the tasks required to accomplish this parent task or project. So we'll move down to backlog item brainstorm. And here you'll want to invite your team to ideate all of the tasks, again, that are involved in accomplishing that project or parent task. And in order to facilitate that ideation session, you can use any of the tools we talked about in the previous course, the timer, private mode, your facilitation panel tools, anything that you need. Then, once your team is done ideating, invite them to use emojis in order to upvote the tasks that they agree are involved in bringing that initiative to life. So, as you can see, I'm the only one in this board, but the more collaborators that upvote certain tasks, and again, they need to be using the same emoji. So identify which emoji you'd like to use to signify an upvote or that they express agreement. So I'm just going to quickly upvote these tasks. Once you've identified the tasks that the team agrees on, what you'll do is you'll click Command or Control on your keyboard if you're on a PC, and you will just highlight the tasks that have been finalized as the ones that need to be added to the backlog. And you'll just Control-C copy, and we will paste them down here in the Assess and Implement section. All right, so now I have all of my sticky note tasks highlighted, and I want to then change them into Lucid Cards. So I'm going to select Change Object, Lucid Card. They're a little all over the place, so I'm going to select Quick Cleanup. All right, now they're a bit more organized, and now I want to, out of these Lucid Cards, create a connection to my project management system. So I'll go here to Convert to Card Integration, and I'll select my project management system, which in our case is Jira. And because these are just an example, I'm not going to click it, but once you do click it, what you will see is these tasks that are then synced to your project management system. So again, removing the need for transcription from Lucid into your project management system, all of these tasks are automatically synced. All right. Now that we know what tasks are involved in accomplishing this project, we need to agree on how many story points each of these tasks will be. So depending on how you measure your work, you can use story points or t-shirt measurements, whatever your team uses. So in order to do this, we're going to do something that is very similar to what you may have seen or something called planning poker. So I'm going to create some space here. So what you'll do is you'll invite each member of your team to estimate the story points for each task. So what they'll do is they'll grab a story point and then they'll hover, let me zoom in a little bit. They'll hover over the task and drop it right below with their estimate. Now, because I'm the only one in this board, you can see that I have one vote, but as you have all of your team members in the board, their multiple votes will show up. Then you can click on which amount of story points has the most vote and apply estimate. By clicking that, you can then see that number reflected right here in your task, and that is then synced with Jira. Again, super easy, no need for time-consuming transcription. All right, so you do that for each task. And then you have essentially your backlog established and synced in Jira. You can repeat this process for the second initiative. So again, because we are a healthcare software development team, we maybe have work on a security integration, so we want to break down the tasks that are related to completing that project. Perfect. Then once all of your refinement is done, you can do the sentiment gauge to see how are we feeling, how accurate do we feel like our estimates were, like our task predictions were, complete the visual activity, and have a discussion if you need to, if anyone's feeling unsure or doubtful. There we go. And that is our backlog refinement. So now you're going to want to keep this backlog refinement in a place that's easy to access. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy the link. You're going to go back to your team space. and we are going to paste the link right there onto our board. Whoops. Perfect. For easy access to our backlog refinement. Now, if we go back to our backlog refinement, we're going to want to use this board a lot. That's why we've included it as a separate document. So another part of the genius of breakout boards actually is that you can create an archive of all of your past backlog refinement sessions. So in order to do that, you can just highlight all of your information, lasso all of your information, copy to. We need to create the breakout board first. We'll just say this is the date. Perfect. Then we'll lasso all of our information from this backlog refinement session, copy to breakout board, and then it is automatically copied to our breakout board. Now let's go back. We can delete this because it's stored in our breakout board. We can also create a template breakout board. So we'll just add a new breakout, call it template, so that we always have a blank set of frames to use for our backlog refinement. So again, you'll just lasso, copy to breakout board, and then this will update to say template. Then anytime you need it, you can go to your template and bring it onto your main board for a nice blank slate. Great. So now we have our backlog refinement board linked to our team board. Perfect. We have involved everyone in the process of visualizing projects and tasks for better team alignment. Everyone was involved in the ideation of the tasks that will be required to accomplish the greater project, and everyone was involved in the estimation of how much work will go into each of those tasks. So in this next portion, we will talk about planning effectively to keep your goals in sight and adapting flexibly as your projects evolve. See you in the next video.